Good morning and welcome to yoga. Ooh. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Might need some version of a block today. Maybe that's Total Recall. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Good block. It's a pretty good block. Yeah. Could be an option. In like 30 seconds. 30 seconds we'll start. All right, welcome. Let's start in a seated position together. Yeah. Seated position, cross-legged or kneeling. Whatever's going to be comfiest for you. I'll do just a little breathing to begin with, a little pranayama. So nice and comfortable seat, but with a sense of elevation coming to the lower back so that your belly space opens up. And then we'll shut down the eyes. Just let the body settle here for a moment. And especially bring awareness to the sensations of the body. Here you can notice the weight of the body through your seat. You can notice textures across your skin. You might also notice varying temperatures across the body. So maybe the hands or the feet are a little bit colder than what the forehead or chest feels like. Notice that there's a great deal of information about the body that's contained in the present moment, that's simply asking for your attention. And especially as you start to take your attention inside of your body, start to notice just how it's feeling, acknowledging the places in the body that feel a little more uncomfortable than the comfortable places. And it's just an acknowledgement, an observation. And we're starting to increase our knowledge of the body that's true to this moment. In the same manner, I want to take that kind of attentiveness into the breath. So start to notice the sensations of the breath. Just like you did across the skin, temperature, texture, a feeling of heaviness or lightness in the breath. Now, without being forceful about it, very gently start to take your breath down and towards your belly space. Let that naturally expand and rise up into the chest gently. Let your exhale start to take on much more smooth texture. Smooth to the exhale. Start to become more integrated with the process of breathing, consciously integrated. So a big turn has happened here. The breath was automatic just a moment ago to now being deliberate or somatic. We're going to work with a type of breathing that's, a little bit advanced, but I think you'll be all good. You take it at your own pace, but we're going to interrupt the inhalation. We interrupt it and separate it into two parts. So you breathe in for 3 seconds, you hold that breath in for 3 seconds, you breathe in another 3 seconds, hold that breath in for 3, and then out, nice and smooth and slow. So one more time, in 3, hold 3, in 3, hold 3, and then out, nice and slowly. Try and be just 50% full of breath at that first 3-second pause. I'm going to leave you in a little bit of silence, so try and divide your breath by a sense of feeling and by a sense of repeated experience. You'll get better and better at it, or more synchronized with it after a couple of rounds. A little bit of silence here. If you haven't begun, please begin. I'll guide you out. One final round. Do go all the way through to the exhalation. And then coming back into a nice, fluid, soft, gentle breath, but still one that's expansive, using more of your lung capacity than the natural breath. More saturation of breath throughout the body, and therefore more efficiency through the body. Oxygenation, impact on the nervous system, and maybe most importantly, creating an anchor point for the mind. So here, reinforcing a state of concentration and focus that's being drawn through the breath as a vehicle, concentrating the mind into the body. And we'll keep that level of attentiveness. Shift your attention out. Arms up towards the ceiling as you blink open the eyes. Exhale and twist to your right, half bind on the right arm, wrapping behind the lower back, left hand to your thigh, really turning back your right shoulder, maintaining the elevation in the lower back here for just one more big breath. Inhale, arms back up through center. Exhale, twisting to the other side, over to the left, half bind. And as you catch this half bind, really drop the left shoulder down and away from the ear and squeeze it back. So just maybe one more big breath there. Inhale, arms raise up nice and high. Twisting back to the other side, over to the right. Now, just one breath in the twist, turning back the right shoulder. And there that breath goes. And then keep your left hand on the thigh. Come into a side bend here. So that half bind arm, the right arm, reaches up and over to the side, over to your left. Now, see if you can really sit your right butt cheek down quite heavy. And almost push your right armpit a little bit up to the right. And we'll take just one more breath there. Inhale both arms up momentarily. Twist to the left for just one breath. Catch the half bind. Indeed, peel back the shoulder. And left hand up into the side bend now, pretty straight away. So left butt cheek sits down heavy. And it's almost like just the left side of the rib cage pushes left a little bit, but the arm reaches over. We'll take maybe 2 more big breaths. Little tilt back on the left shoulder as well. And simply back through to center and into cat-cow. Hands on the ground, roll over the knees. Come into tabletop, all fours position, and start to move straight into it. So take an inhale to press the belly down, puff the chest forward and look up. And then exhale to really round and arch up through the spine. And you keep on going just like that. Inhales, pressing the belly down, puff the chest. Exhale to arch, round, and you keep on going. You might even start to throw some side bends into it, kind of drawing the left shoulder towards the left hip, closing those 2 spots together, and then you do the same on the other side. Even a little something I like to call the cement mixer, sort of dropping the belly down and making full torso circles. So your whole torso makes really rounding kind of circles. I'm not sure if you can see it from that angle. You look on this way, sort of rounding laterally, sideways. You go a few times one way and a few times the other way. Just get a little movement through the entire upper body down into the hips. Subtle sense of connectivity between the upper and lower bodies. Coordinating the 2, and then one more big breath here. And up into downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up, nice and gently. And as you're there, a little pedal out, maybe you're swaying the hips a little from side to side. We'll take maybe just 2 more breaths there in a very mobile, dynamic dog. And go ahead and start to walk your hands towards the back of your mat, putting as much of the bend into the knees as you need to accommodate for just how the back of the legs and the whole back chain of the body is feeling for this morning. Loosen off the neck, however, and take just a couple more slow, kind of sweet breaths. There's a certain mood to them. There's an attitude to them, a softness, a warmth. And then one more breath. And let's gently roll up the spine all the way through to standing. Reach and stretch up at the top, nice and high, nice and tall. Now catch hands at prayer, right at heart center. Now squeeze your butt and lift your heels up off the ground. Start to bend the knees just a little bit, but remain on the balls of the feet. Now belly sucks in, tailbone tries to tilt down. And in this shape, start to reach the arms down and then interlace the hands behind your lower back. Lift the chest, so tiny bend in the knees, butt still strong. Lift the chest here. One more big breath as you are. And then plant your heels down to fold forward. Hands lift up over the head. Shoulder blades squeezing actively together. We take just 2 more breaths here. Loose neck, however. Hands on the ground. Walk them all the way out to plank position. Shoulders above your wrists. Find that shape and arch through your upper back. Now in this shape, take the feet a little bit wider than what they are. Drop the heels over to the left. 2 hands stay on the ground. Just feeling the side body light up a little bit there. Back through to center and over to the right. And again, just feeling the right side body light up. And heels back through center. Drop the knees and lower all the way down until you're flat onto your belly. Take the hands off the side of the mat, hands in line with shoulders. Point the toes and roll through cobra. Inhale, chest lifts up. And the exhale, come straight back down. That's how you keep on moving. Inhales lift. Exhales lower. Very structured legs. Keep them tight. Toes pointed. Keep on going. 2 more rounds maybe. And following that second round, send your butt back to your heels into child's pose and come straight up into downward facing dog. Now, as you hit that down dog, inhale through the high plank and tap your right knee to your right elbow. Step back to downward facing dog. We keep going. Left knee, left elbow, tap in high plank, just step back to dog. One more time. Right knee, right elbow,
Step back, dog. And left knee, left elbow to step back into dog. Now walk your hands towards the back of the mat, just as we did before. Immediately round up, roll up all the way through to standing. Reach up, stretch up. Hands to prayer, just as we did. Heels lift up, little bend in the knees, belly in, butt tight. This time, touch your butt down to your heels. So nice deep squat. Heels stay as lifted as you can. Now, in this shape, raise the arms up towards the ceiling. As you stand up, suck your belly in. Heels stay lifted all the way up. Stretch for the ceiling. One more breath there. And then plant the heels to fold all the way down towards the ground. Now, halfway lift. Left hand on the floor, right hand for the ceiling. Take a twist. Big bend into the left knee there. 2 more big breaths in that twist. Just feel it out a little bit. And right hand down. Left hand comes up. Keep some length through your lower back. So try not to, round too much through the lower back. Keep some length, puffing out the chest a little. Left hand is raising up, up, up. Just one more breath there now. Left hand down. Right hand comes up. Now half bind. Right arm wraps behind the lower back. See if you can reach your left hand for your outer right ankle and draw the twist a little deeper. Maybe just one more breath here, not terribly long. And release to switch. Right hand down, left hand comes up. Again, the half bind. Right hand reaches left ankle. Catch a hold, turn. Breath or 2 more there. Left hand down. Walk the hands all the way back out to plank position. Once again, shoulders above wrists. Now, take the feet a little bit wider. Drop the heels off to the left. Now the right hand raises up. A staggered foot side plank position for 1 more breath. Hips up. And right hand down, heels turn over, left hand comes up, little elevation through the hips there, side body lifting. Left hand down, lower down through chaturanga until you're flat onto your belly. Reach your arms back by your side now. Everything's coming off the mat. Chest, arms, and legs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 1 more, lift and hold. Lift. Keep on pointing the toes. Now reach your arms straight out in front of you. Number 11 over your head. Big breath in here. Exhale, sweep the hands back. 1 extra breath, lift the chest. And release. Hands underneath the shoulders. Either push up through plank or back through child's pose and into downward facing dog. And we rip through a couple of rounds of sun south. So heels up, knees bend, look to the front, lightly step to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale to stand, reach and stretch up. Exhale to fold straight back down, hands to the floor. Half lift, flat back. Exhale, step back to plank position. And lowering down into chaturanga, half plank. Pull the chest through, up dog. Down dog is where we meet. Hips up and back. Maybe just 1 more generous breath in dog there. And then heels up, knees bend. Look to the front, walk, step, or jump. Half lift, inhale. Exhale to fold in. Inhale to stand up, reach up and stretch up. And then exhale to fold straight back down towards the ground. Now halfway lift, once again, flat back. Step or jump back into chaturanga, half plank, bend elbows. Pull the chest through the arms, up dog, and into downward facing up. Now, one breath, dog. And heels up, knees bend, look to the front, walk, step or jump, top of your mat. Feet to hip width apart now, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale to fold in. Inhale to stand up, reach up and stretch up, nice and tall. Hands to prayer, chair pose. Keep the feet separated here. In this shape now, look down at your knees and don't let them move. Left hand forward, right hand back. Twist, T shape with the arms, parallel with the ground. Now, the tendency is to move your left knee forward. Try not to let it. Back in line with the right one. Should be a little bit of effort through the legs. And take 1 more big breath. And then stand, reach and stretch up. Chair, hands to prayer. Right hand forward, left hand back. Don't let your hips move. You'll see it through the knees. So it won't be a deepest twist, but it's a strong one. 1 more, big breath there. And stand, reach and stretch up. Exhale, fold forward. It's going to change. Halfway lift. Left leg steps back. Runner's lunge. Puff the chest forward. Be gentle as you take this into pyramid and straighten out through your front leg. Just feel out the hamstring, the back of the right leg for a moment. Keep it as a long stance for now, for just one more big breath. And then we add to this little movement. Bend into the front knee, lunge, right hand raises up, simple twist. Now tighten your back thigh, keep that firm and stiff as the right hand comes down, straighten through your front leg pyramid. 3 to go. Lunge, right hand up, back leg stiff. Exhale down, straighten out the front leg. Inhale, lunge, right hand up, back leg stiff. Exhale down, straighten out, fold. Last one, now lunge, right hand raises up, hold for a tick. Big breath in here. And then simply place the right knee, the back knee, back knee down on the floor. Lift that bottom hand up for the ceiling. So essentially reversing this lunging shape. So left hand up, chest lifts up, half bind in your right arm, potential for Gomo Carson grip here, bending the left elbow, interlocking the fingers between the shoulder blades, or simply stay. Left hand up, left butt cheek squeezes nice and tight for a breath or two more. Now half Hanuman, hands to the ground, straighten through the front leg. Probably have to move the front heel a little further forward so your left hip stacks directly above the knee. In this shape, just 2 more breaths, but make sure there's some length in the lower back, puffing the chest out. Now pay attention to your right hip. Keep that hip right where it is as you raise your right arm up into twisted Hanuman here. So tendency is for the right hip to lift up and push forward. Try and draw it back and down a little bit. Just 2 more breaths here. Exhale, right hand down. Lunge forward into the front knee. Runner's lunge. Now in this shape, we get a little bit tricky. Turn the back shin out to the right. So the shin will be parallel to the back of the mat. Now lift the chest and turn to your left. Hopefully we come into some version of gate pose. Right leg straight, toes up or toes down, but right hand to right knee, left hand up and over into the side bend. Now just 2 more elongated breaths, but really turn back the left shoulder. Squeeze your left butt cheek pretty tight here for just 1 more big breath. All right, a little tricky. Left hand comes down to the back of the mat, supported side plank. Right hand raises up. Now in this shape, keep the back foot on the floor, in fact. Now do your best with this. Pin your left knee, the one that's on the floor, pin it in towards your elbow. Pick it up, hold, breathe, stay. Now keep that knee tight towards the chest. We flip this into wild thing. Right hand comes down, turn your left leg over the right one. Step it outside the mat and lift the hips, turn the chest. 1 more generous breath there. 3-leg dog. Left hand down, left leg is up. We're facing the back of the mat. Now in that shape, pull your knee to your nose. Nice and tight, tiger curl. Inhale, shoot it back up. Left knee touch left elbow. Inhale, back up. Over to the right elbow, squeeze and touch. Inhale, lift it back up. Now 3-leg flow. High plank to low plank, chaturanga. Bend at the elbows. Pull the chest through the arms, up dog. And then to downward facing. Hips up and back. 1 more generous breath. And heels up, knees bend. Walk, step, or jump between your hands. That's the back of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold in. Inhale to stand all the way up. Reach up. And then exhale to fold straight back down towards the ground. Now, halfway lift, inhale. Right leg steps back. Puff the chest forward, fingertips, runner's lunge. Just a gentle straightening of the front leg, the left leg. Feel it out for just a couple of breaths here. All right, we bring a little movement into this. Runner's lunge, bend the front knee into simple twist, left hand up. Can't stress that back knee being lifted and tight enough. Keep it firm. Left hand down, straighten through your front leg, fold. 2 to go. Lunge, left hand up, simple twist. Exhale down, straighten through the front leg. Inhale, lunge, left hand up. Exhale down, straighten out. This time lunge, left hand up. And simply lower your back knee down to the floor. Now, squeeze your right butt cheek now. Squeeze your right butt cheek. Pick that bottom hand up. Reach it up for the ceiling. Reverse the shape. So keep the right butt cheek tight. Half bind or full Gomukhasana grip here, but chest lifts. 2 more big breaths. And half Hanuman, straighten out through the front leg. Move the front heel a little further forward. Halfway lift as you arrive. And then fold back in, nice and gentle. It's a nice soft breath. Just one more here like this. Now keep your center of attention at your left hip. Don't let it move. Left hand raises up. Twisted Hanuman. You might even close your right shoulder over towards the left leg here for just another 2 breaths. All right, left hand down. Walk the hands forward. So keep the hands on the ground. Now turn the back shin to the left. Your body will turn to the right, opening up. Left leg straightens. Right hand up and over into gate pose. Big side bend. Squeeze your right butt cheek here. And let the right shoulder tilt back a little. Breath or 2 more. Inhale, lift the chest, right hand down on the floor. Spin the left foot down onto the floor as well. Ground that. Now, do your best. Right knee pins in towards the elbow. Pick it up off the ground. Hold, breathe, stay there. Take 1 more big breath. Now, keep that knee tight. Left hand down, flip this into wild thing. Turn the leg over, lift the hips, puff up the chest. Big breath in here. And 3-leg dog. Right hand down, right leg up. Exhale, knee to the nose, pull it in. Inhale, shoot it back up. Tapping the right elbow. Inhale, back up to the left elbow. Squeeze and touch. Inhale, back up, 3-leg flow. Now keep that top leg stiff. High plank to low plank, chaturanga. Pull the chest through, up dog, and into downward facing. Hips up and back. Breath or 2 more there in down dog. And take your feet just a little bit wider than what they are. Go ahead and reach your right hand for your back left ankle. So on the outside of the ankle, you reach for the outside of the leg. Take a hold and then turn underneath your left armpit. And really use that back heel for leverage to twist. Now, try and lift your left hip up. Left hip, lift it up and send it slightly to the right. 2 more breaths, strong through the left shoulder, obviously. And switch. Right hand comes down. Left hand reaches back to the outside ankle. And then turning underneath the armpit. Ooh. Ooh, that's the tight side. We take 2 more big breaths there. One more breath now. Left hand replaces. Inhale, right leg raises up, 3-leg dog. Step that foot in between your hands, crescent lunge, chest and arms raise up. Reach them up. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand back, take a twist. Flip the front palm, reach up and back, reverse the shape. And as you exhale, lean forward and hook your left elbow around the front knee, hands come together. Now, back leg straightens out, so you might have to shimmy the foot back a little. But really press and peel back your right shoulder here for just maybe 3 more breaths. So back leg stays tight, butt stays squeezing. Hands on the ground, straighten out through your front leg into pyramid pose and lift the front ball of the foot up. Drive the back heel down into the ground for today. And if you want to shorten up your stance, go for that. We'll take maybe 2 or 3 more decent, generous breaths here. Slow, smooth, composed mind into the breath. Alrighty. Inhale, lunge into the front knee. Left hand slides forward for Cleopatra. Turn to your right. Let the front knee drop out to the side, reaching for the back of the mat. Pulsing just twice. Inhale, lift the hips, right hand up and over. Exhale, back down. One more, up and over. Back down. All right, here we go. Runner's lunge. To the top of the mat, right hand down, right leg lifts up and back. Bend at the knee and peel the hip open. Exhale to fall in triangle. Right knee to left elbow. Kick the leg out to the left side of the mat. Left hand up. Maybe the right foot hovers off the ground. We take 1 or 2 more breaths. And left hand down, right leg up and out, 3-legged. Step through. Crescent lunge once again. Chest and arms raised up. Now in this shape, take your time into arrowhead, nice and structured. Sweep the arms back now. Let the front knee draw forward over the toes. Lift onto the back big toe. Lift the back leg off the floor. T-shape, warrior 3, aeroplane. Kick strong here now. Hands to prayer at heart center. Just twice. Touch your left knee to your right calf and curtsy down. Kick it back open, Vera 3. One more time, knee to calf, squat in. Ooh. And then punch it back, Vera 3. Stepping back to warrior 2. Open out the arms. Oh, it's too early for that business. Flip your front palm, reach up and back, straighten through the front leg. And then reach as far forward as you can for triangle. Tiny bend in the front knee. Not locked down, tiniest bend. Right hand down, left hand up. Back leg nice and strong. Pillar of support down into the ground. 2 or 3 more breaths here. All right, inhale, stand. Lift the chest, flip the front palm for the ceiling, up and back. Back through warrior 2. Now interlace hands behind the lower back. Got to rejig the feet. Humble warrior. Heel toe the front foot out. Turn the back toes in. Puff the chest up. And exhale to fold forward deeply inside the front leg. Hands lifting. Breath deepening. 2 more big breaths here. Hands on the ground, back heel lifts up, so hands inside the right foot, so pretty much runner's lunge. 2 choices, either side plank, just step your right leg back onto the left, or full side plank. You grab onto your big toe with the first 3 fingers. Either way, turn to the outer blade of the left foot first. Either you take the leg up with you, or stack the legs and hold. 1 more breath to wild thing. Right foot steps outside the mat, lift the hips, turn the chest. 1 more breath. And then 1 big step, right foot between the hands, crescent lunge, chest and arms, raise up. Once again, arrowhead, sweep the arms back. Just as we've done. This time, hands to prayer, in fact, warrior 3. Now stick with me on this one. You might need a block, but we're coming towards revolved half moon. In this shape, let's try and enter a little differently. Take the arms out to a T, straight out to the side. And now simply turn the upper body down. So left hand comes down, right hand raises up. Maybe the block is underneath your left hand, but keep the spine long, puffing it forward, not collapsing down. 2 more big breaths. This is a little bit of work, no doubt. Whew. Right hand down, step back, 3-leg dog. Right leg lifts up and back, bend at the knee, peel the hip open. Now, in just a moment, an opportunity for an arm balance, Vinyasa with the twist, or fallen triangle again. It starts the same way. Right knee to left elbow. Either kick the leg out or stack the knee up on top of the elbow, shift a little body weight forward, and maybe kick, back leg lifts up. 1 more big breath wherever you're at. And 3-leg dog. Right leg lifts up and out. High plank to low plank, chaturanga, come through a flow. Up dog finds downward facing dog. 1 or 2 more breaths. Alrighty. Left leg raises up. Bend the knee, peel the hip open. And gently step the foot in between the hands for crescent lunge. Chest and arms raising up. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back, twist. Flip the front palm, reach up and back, reverse. And as you bow forward, hook the right elbow around the front knee, hands come together. Left hand pushes down to the right, rolling back the shoulder. Nice long breath, steady exhalation, smooth, slow. Alrighty, hands on the ground, straighten out through the front leg, pyramid, lift the front ball of the foot and drive the back heel down. So kind of stretching out the calf a little as you do that. Loosen off the neck. 2 or 3 more long, steady, slow breaths. Alrighty, plant the front foot, walk the hands forward, Cleopatra. Slide your right hand forward, turn to your left. Front knee drops out, reach for the back of the mat. Inhale, lift the hips, pulse. Exhale, lower back down. 1 more, up and over. Exhale, back down. This time, turn to the top into runner's lunge. Left leg lift up, 3-leg dog, bend the knee, peel the hip open. Exhale to forward triangle. Left knee to right elbow. Kick the leg out to the right side of the mat as the back heel comes down. Hold here, hips lifting. 1 more big breath there. Right hand down, left leg up. And step through, left foot in between the hands. Crescent lunge, just an arms raise. Arrowhead, sweep the arms back. Now, get the back leg as straight and stiff as you can. Push off the back toes as you lift the leg and straighten a standing leg. Now, hands to prayer, just twice, belly tight. Touch right knee to left calf, squat down, kick it back out, Vera 3. Exhale, squat, tap, touch, punch back, warrior 2, step back. Open the arms, straighten through the front leg, flip your front palm, reach up and back. Reaching forward for triangle, left hand down. Right hand up, back leg fairly tight here. Thigh on, butt on. Little turn of the chest up towards the ceiling. Two more slow breaths, smooth exhalations. Inhale, stand, flip the front palm for the ceiling, up and back. Back through warrior 2 on our way to humble. Interlace the hands behind the lower back. Heel toe the front foot out. You need some space. Turn the back toes forward so the hip turns forward. Chest lifts up and then bow in deeply. Fist lifting up, chest coming down. Really take breath here. Try and slow down the exhalation here. 2 or 3 more to go. And hands on the ground, runner's lunge. So back heel lifts up. Now in this shape, either grab onto your left big toe or simply step back into side plank. Hold here, hips lifting a little. 1 more big breath. Yes, wild thing. Left foot behind the right knee. Turn the hips. Just an extra breath here. And 1 big step, left foot between the hands. Crescent lunge, chest and arms raised up. Just as we did, arrowhead, sweep the arms back. Now hands to prayer, heart center, warrior 3. Arms out to a T. Maybe it's the block, but right hand down, left hand match here. Keep it extending forward. Keep the back leg stiff and strong and start to turn the left hand up. Breathe here, stay here. 2 breaths to go. And gently, left hand down, step back, set the foot on the ground, runner's lunge. So in a moment, 2 choices, fallen triangle or Kundanyasana. If it's Kundi, 1 palm print back is probably a good idea. Let's give it a crack. Left leg up and out, bend the knee, peel the hip. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Kick the leg out to the side or find Kundanyasana, knee up on top of the elbow, shift a little body weight forward and maybe back foot lifts. 1 more breath there. And 3-leg dog. Find a 3-leg flow. High plank to low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, finds downward facing. As soon as you're there, Back into high plank, and then lower all the way down and chill out on your belly. Couple of breaths. You might feel your heart pounding on the ground. Try and settle the exhalation into a nice, smooth, elongated kind of duration of breath. And let your heart rate start to settle and slow with that. Just maybe one or two more there. You can come into a shoulder roll here. So if you haven't done it before, you might want to look to the screen. But if you imagine that I'm lying on the ground, extend your right arm straight out to the right so the hand is in line with the shoulder. Left hand underneath your left shoulder. You quite literally roll onto your right side. So if I give you a bit of a visual, hand out to the side, and then rolling the left side body open. The left foot steps outside the knee points towards the ceiling, then the hip just really drops out to the side. Now, you might grab a block, place it underneath the head, or just let your head rest on the ground. Should be a pretty big opening through the entire inner arm, all the way towards the shoulder and through the chest. Some of us might feel it a bit in the back and through the ribs. There's certainly an aspect of twist there as well. Try and utilize body weight here. Just the weight of the left knee and hip turning out to the side. So less about trying to force the body into a shape or really trying to strain it in any manner. Rather, take a much more gentle approach. Showing the body sort of gestures of kindness and compassion, even in the smallest form here. Maybe just 2 or 3 more breaths now. And release. Just coming down nice and slowly. Once it does come down, take a couple of breaths there, and then take your time before you head into the other side. Left arm extends. Rolling over. You might even scooch, your right hip a little bit closer towards the middle of the mat. Again, concentrating on the exhalation. Maybe about 5 more steady breaths. Maybe just 1 more very long, gentle breath. And on the exhalation, roll the chest down and out of the posture. Take a few breaths there, flatten the belly. And then you might even reverse windscreen wipe for just a brief moment. Make sure the lower back is feeling nice and loose. We're about to come through bow pose. And I reckon one of the most challenging aspects of bow is really to breathe quite consciously and get all this body weight in your belly. So start with knees together and reach back to the tops of the feet, grabbing a hold. Now, before you come up into the back bend, just compose your breath. Start to squeeze the shoulders back and lift the chest a little. Start to squeeze your butt here, and you're almost into it, but you're just starting to settle the breath. You feel the weight on your chest and belly.
You feel the pressure of the inhalation. You feel the sort of heaviness, the ease of the exhale, which is still under control. And then when you feel your next inhale, kick and lift, and try and keep the breath as smooth as possible. A little squeeze of the knees together. 2 or 3 more big breaths here. And release, nice and slow. One of the most glorious postures to come out of. Little wriggle of the butt here. And then as you're ready, head back into child's pose, butt to the heels. So breath or two there. Alrighty, we're gonna do something a little interesting. So come to downward facing dog, and once you're there, step your right foot between your hands and drop your back knee down. So a bit of a funny shape. I don't know what else to call this, but quarter pigeon. And drop the front knee out to the side, but the foot is in between the hands, directly in between the hands. You'll be on the outside blade of the foot and the knee drops to the side. Now here, once you get that shape, it's all about sending the back leg as far back as you can. There's a good chance, and if you can, bring the front heel forward of the knee. So it's not like pigeon where the heel is at maximum in line with the knee. It's forward of the knee. And you should start to feel it pretty strongly in the hamstring, the back of the right leg, but maybe there's more emphasis on the outside of the leg, up into the hip as well, up into the glute maybe. Now in this shape, start to settle the shoulders, relax a little. We won't be here for too long. Pretty unique little position to hit here, I reckon. Soften the jaw. If you're quite deep into it, maybe the right arm comes underneath the knee, and you're sort of dropping down towards the forearms there. Take maybe 2 more big breaths in this one now. Alrighty, 3-legged dog. Do the best to get out of it. Right leg lifts up and out. Bend the knee, peel the hip open. Opportunity for a flip dog there. Stepping the right foot down and outside the mat. Turning the hips, bending the knees. And then lifting the butt up into what feels like a bridge pose. We take just 1 more big breath there. And as you unflip, step your right foot outside your right hand for lizard lunge indeed. Drop the back knee down. Now, not the longest hold here, but if you did want to take twisted monkey, slide the back knee a little further back and think about picking up the back foot with the right hand and sinking the hips down into this. Now, just 5 or 6 breaths. Nice slow exhalations, however. Soft shoulders, nice and supple through the whole upper body. Alrighty, hands on the ground. Simply step back into plank position. Right leg back with the left one and through a flow. Half plank chaturanga. Pull the chest through, up dog and into downward facing dog. And once you're there, left foot steps between the hands. We find that quarter pigeon weird business. Back knee drops down. So keep on sliding the back knee back and letting the front knee come open. Maybe the left hand underneath the shin or the leg on the floor. But again, try and take your attention to the upper body. Let the shoulders relax, the jaw relax. Literally soft here. Maybe just 3 more elongated breaths now. Stay with it, stay cool. Keep composing your mind into your breath.
Alrighty. 3-leg dog. Nice hold on that side. Left leg up and out. Bend the knee, peel the hip open. Potential there for a flip dog. Stepping the left foot down that side. Rotating and turning the hips. Really puff up the chest and squeeze the butt if that's the case. One more breath. And we all come into lizard. So left foot, top left corner. Drop the back knee once again. Pretty big hip opening here. So stay cool. Don't need to push it too far. The quantity will have an impact on its own. So take it easy, take it gently. Bend in the back knee, maybe catching the foot and sinking down into that. Make sure there's, if you are in twisted monkey, make sure there's a little body weight shifting over to the left. It's almost like you're trying to press your left hip down as well. Take 2 or 3 more, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe 4 or 5 more breaths from here now. A little turn of the chest as well. One more generous breath now. Alrighty, left hand down. If you want to skip the flow, I get it, but at least pause in plank. So left leg steps back, either through chaturanga there, or just send the hips up and back into downward facing dog. And once you're there, walk, step, or jump to a squat. So feet to outside the hands. And then just about 3, 4, 5 breaths here. Little pressure of the elbows to the inner leg, chest lifts, belly pulls through. And then do your very best to plonk your butt down onto the ground. And once you're there, extend both legs straight up in front of you, Paschimottanasana. You might want to scoot your butt back a little bit. So get into like a capital L shape here. Toes lift, thighs squeeze, belly in. And then fold forward nice and gently. Once you can't go any further, let the head sort of round a little bit, or the neck round. I guess your head is already rounded, isn't it? For the most part. And then relax the shoulders. Settle the breath into the back body here. Two more nice long breaths. Inhale, chest lifts up. If headstand is your thing, now's the time. Otherwise, go ahead and come down onto your back. Once you're there, lift the legs up towards the ceiling. Now, again, you might use a block or book underneath the lower back, even a pillow now. Could be nice just to raise the legs. Or alternatively, shoulder stand. I'll probably leave out shoulder stand for myself today, but if you wanted to, lift your hips up and support the lower back with your hands. Hips come over the shoulders, legs go up towards the ceiling. Whichever shape it is, especially headstand or shoulder stand, keep the belly tight, like suck the belly in. Sometimes easy to forget that. And then nice, slow, settled breaths. If you do have the legs up, just like me, the Viparita Karani, you might raise your arms up and separate your legs, more like a dead bug kind of shape. Nice to just imagine the limbs kind of draining. Take 1 or 2 more breaths here now, wherever you're at in the inversion. All right, ease out of whatever you're in, shoulder stand or headstand. And especially if you're in Viparita Karani, just placing the feet down into the ground. And if you're coming out of headstand, let's meet on the back at some point. Otherwise, drop the knees from side to side, left to right, once you're there. And you're coming through 1 round of bridge pose. So if you want to turn that into wheel, more than welcome. But feet on the ground, hip width apart. Tilt the tailbone up and lift the hips up. And if you're thinking about wheel, please feel free. Hands next to the ears. Press the chest up and back. Otherwise, stay in bridge and think about interlacing the hands underneath the lower back. Now, not such a long hold here. Maybe just 3 or 4 more breaths.
And on your next exhalation, gently ease the hips back down to the ground. Now, once you're there, hug the bent knee. We could extend the leg out straight, grabbing the outer blade of the foot, and all the same, right shoulder turns back. Two more breaths here. Inhale back up through the center and left knee hugs in. Same thing, other side. Take it across. If you're going for the straight leg, take the outer blade, but the left shoulder sinks all the same. One more breath here now. Inhale back up through the center. Hug the knees in towards your chest, or find happy baby for a moment. And then, given there's nothing else you need, let's bring it down into Shavasana. As soon as you're ready, lay flat, come on down. We'll guide you into Shavasana and through Shavasana. So once you're laying down flat, take a nice long breath in with a gentle releasing breath out. And start to really let the body sink into stillness here. And here, especially in Shavasana, keep an overall awareness of your entire body. Really paying attention to the sensations of the body. And again, noticing the textures across your skin. The feeling of energy within your body. Kind of the embodied feeling of that post-practice sensation through the body. Stay with that feeling, stay with that kind of thought or experience. Let the body rest. Go ahead and start to take a nice long, deep breath in. Gentle, releasing breath out. Start to let your attention externalize. And as you're ready, start to wriggle, stretch, move the body again. As you're ready, we'll come back up to a seated position with the eyes closed. Hands coming to prayer as you do arrive in that seat. Once you are seated, we just take a moment of acknowledgement for the practice. Recognize and document shift or impact of the practice. Think of it in part as a form of motivation for the next one. Give some form of thanks here, some form of gratitude towards yourself or outwardly. And with that, we humbly bow the head and say to each other, Namaste. Yes, indeed, Namaste. Good to kind of see you in digital spirit. And pleasure as always. Enjoy the weekend. Maybe I see you tomorrow, level 3. Namaste. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the day, namaste. Maybe that's my new saying. Namaste. Enjoy the day.